Okay, we are live.
Ooh,
Hello, everybody.
good morning, everybody.
We're starting straight away with no intro screen, just straight into the screen of me and you. So there we
Oh, okay.
go.
Well,
Yeah. All right. So, welcome to today's session, guys. This is digital skills for beginners. So, yeah, basically, we're going to kind of run through some online resources that you can use which will help with your digital skills, and then we're also going to run through some maybe essential things that you might need online. This will be quite similar to a normal digital skills for beginners session, but we're also going to kind of focus or emphasize a bit on the fact that we're all on lockdown as well, so we're going to try and make it maximize the use of the lockdown as well. So it should be a
yeah,
very good session for you.
yeah. Hopefully, you'll pick up some things that will be useful to you during the lockdown. Stuff that you can maybe use to make sort of your life a little bit more efficient, or
Mm-hmm.
learn some new skills and stuff like that. So
Yep.
hopefully, it'll be useful.
Yeah. Me and Ella will also be manning the chat, guys. So if you want to, um, yeah, if you've got any questions, if something seems unclear to you at all, just please drop a message in the chat, and then we'll try our best to answer your query. Um, Other than that, we will. I'm going to mention this off the bat just so we can get started. But we have got the survey
Yep.
in the description. So we would need you to do the survey, and obviously with these courses in particular, they're a little bit different than some of the other ones. So there's a lot we need to emphasize a bit more that we do need the surveys doing. Obviously
Yes.
we've
Please,
just
please do them.
we've just gone live now, so we will I will like mention that again in a little
Yeah.
bit, because obviously when a few more people come in. But yeah, and also if you're watching the stream back, if you're watching this retrospectively, then yes, it's still applicable. So if you could get those surveys done, that would really help. And beyond that,
Yeah.
then we're going to do enrollments and so on as well. We'll send you an
Yeah. It's
enrollment of.
It's really, really short. It's just a PDF via email. It should only take you a couple of minutes or something. It's pretty much just ticky boxes, so it's nothing too scary. So, but we would really, really appreciate you filling in the survey and the enrollment, so that we can keep putting on sessions.
Yeah,
So,
and we are actually available as well to kind of help with the PDF if there's any issues. Like Ella said, it's very straightforward, so it shouldn't be too much trouble for you. But if it is, then we're also available to help with that
yeah,
by email. So not to worry at all. Um,
I will put our email addresses in the chat as well in
Brilliant.
case anybody needs them.
Also, guys, it just to let you guys know as well is we will everything that we're doing today is also in the description, so there should be a link for each website that we are going through. So if you wanted to access any of these websites, once again, which I do encourage that you do, then you can access it from the description. So that is there for you too, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so thanks for putting that in, Ella. Okie dokie, then I guess we'll get started. If you want, Ella, do you reckon? Yeah.
yeah.
Unless there's
Let's
anything else
go.
you want to mention first, or
No, I
no?
think we're good to go.
Okay, then we're good to go, buddy. Right, so we are going to go to learn my way first. Okay, right, brilliant. So, guys, we're gonna go to Chrome. All right, brilliant. And what we're gonna do, guys, is we are gonna go to here. If you could type in, it's in the description as well. We're gonna go to bt.learnmyway.com. So bt.learnmyway.com. And if you could put that in, please, guys, that would be a big help, because obviously that's what we're going to be looking at. So you can do this along with us, or you can just kind of you can watch me do it if you want, if you've just got one monitor, and then you can kind of have we can go through the questions and answers together. So it's whatever's preferable for you, but I would recommend that you at least remember the website so that you can go and use it afterwards.
Yeah,
So once again, guys, this is in the description. This website, if you want to look for a link, but if you just want to put it in manually, it is bt.learnmyway.com. And once you've done that, you will be greeted with this here, which says, learn how to use the internet. Learn My Way has free courses for you to learn digital skills to stay safe and connected. And you can say choose where to start or see all learning. So firstly, guys, if you have signed on to this, in order for us to kind of help you with this, to help you set some goals, to monitor your progress, and kind of so we can, work a bit better with you on this, then it would be very helpful if for any reason you are unable to register, if for some reason you're just unable, then all of these resources can be accessed without registering. But if you are able to register, I would definitely encourage you to do so, because for one, it helps us, and then for two, it's going to help us kind of help you more, to be honest, because we're going to be able to kind of monitor your progress, and we're going to be able to kind of set goals and cater it more to you.
Yeah.
So on that note,
it is worth doing.
Yeah, I would go to read. Dude, for some reason all the time, my English just fails me when I'm live. So you go to register.
Register.
You go to register in the top right, and then it will say register for Learn My Way. You're going to put in your full name, and I'm guessing your name's not Bill Badger, which is what it says there. So you put in your full name, then you're going to put in your email address or phone number. So guys, some people don't have an email address because this is they haven't really used a computer before, maybe. So I'm sure you have a landline. You can put your landline down. That is absolutely fine. And if you don't have a phone and you don't have an email, then I would say you're one of a dying breed, because not that many people don't have either of those. But you can tick that box which says I don't have an email address or phone number, and then you can put in a password. Make sure that you remember your password, and then you can put in.
Make sure you use a strong password as well.
Yes, and use a strong password, and we're going to go on more about that, but strong password would be a capital letter, a number, and then maybe a special character if it would permit that. Is there
something like that? Yeah, no, that's fine. I think a good way to do it though is if you use a word or something that means something to you, and then change some of the characters that look similar to other things. So maybe like changing an I to like a 1 and stuff like that, or stuff like that, just especially if you're not used to using more strong passwords, and it kind of helps you remember a little bit better, I think.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. Good stuff. And then we would go down to center here, and what we're going to do here is you're going to type in where center is. You're going to just type in media, and then you get a bunch of different ones. Savvy. Oh, not media savvy. Media savvy. CIC. So Media Savvy CIC. And then it should come up with this one here which says 8004051 Media Savvy CIC, and you just click on that one, and then it says your sender is Media Savvy CIC. If you put one in by accident, and then as you can see there, it says we'll share your data with Media Savvy CIC for the purposes of managing your learning journey. So that's what I just said before, which is just that we can kind of help you go along with this if you register with us. So yeah, just one more time, guys, for you there. Literally, if you type in Media Savvy, you don't even need to put the or Media S, and it should come up. Yeah, Media S, and then the second one is Media Savvy CIC. So yeah, you would just click on that, guys, and get yourself registered with it, and then you can choose whether or not to be contacted by email. Both okay, and then you would just click register for free. And then once you've done that, you are free to go on and do as many subjects as you want. We're going to look at a couple of levels of progression for this. So as it's a digital skills for beginners course, we're going to kind of start from the beginner's point, but then we're also going to kind of let you know about some progression opportunities, which there's a really good I'm not going to get into it too much now because it is something that we're going to talk about later, but beyond this there is something you can progress on to, and then beyond that there's also something you can progress on to. So there is plenty to do there. You're not going to get to a point where you're like, oh, I've done everything I want to do, because we've got a ton of stuff for you here. So, and this is all for free, guys. So I mean, this is an unbelievable resource. So to be able to get this for free, it's absolutely fantastic. And hopefully we can let as many people know about it as possible, because not enough people know about it really.
Yeah, it's a really good site as well. Like,
yeah, I mean,
It's
just that there's something for everybody, really. Like,
yeah, definitely.
so it doesn't matter how good you are at computers. There's, if Learn My Way you think is maybe like, oh, I'm not really like, or I feel quite confident with this, then there's so much stuff on Make It Click. And then if even Make It Click you feel like I'm pretty confident with this, then there's the skills toolkit, and you can look at digital marketing and advanced courses and coding and stuff like that. So it's like the sky is really the limit with stuff like this. So
Yeah, there's always something to learn, I think. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I probably look up how to do something like every day.
yeah, of
Like,
course.
even if it's just something small, like, I don't know, like I want to learn how to do something on Photoshop, or if I want to learn a little bit more about particularly like marketing and stuff like that, I think they're really good resources to look up and stuff. So
Definitely, yeah.
so it's definitely not, if you don't feel like a beginner, it doesn't mean that there's things that you can't learn still.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. So we are going to go through a couple of these together, guys. Um, so we can just introduce you to the site, and also so we can kind of break down some of these basic digital skills, which may be of use to you guys. So I think that the first one we're going to use is using email. How do you feel about that, Ella? Do you reckon that's a good one? I think so.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
So that way we can kind of break down how to use an email, and kind of how to do it safely, how to set it up,
Yeah.
and so on. So we're going to look at online basics. So I'm going to scroll down to the second screen, the second row of subject, and we are going to click using an email, guys. And if you see to the side there, it says no need to register. As I just stated, obviously we do encourage you to register, but if you're unable to by it for any reason, then you can just get straight into it. So there is no barrier to accessing this. So we'll click on use an email, and then you can see that we've got a couple of different resources, you could say here, and that you have what is email, creating an email account, sending an email, receiving and replying to an email, email safety and security. So you can see that it covers all the bases of using an email. It's not just it's not just one or two. So top 5 topics are free resources, and then it'd be underneath that, if they're always adding new features to Learn My Way. There is these resources where you have these mini guides, which also give you some more information. So digital unite email guides, GCF, which is good things, not GCF. I'm not sure what that stands for. Do you know what GCF would stand for, Ella?
No.
Anyway, it's beside the point, because something last week we interviewed somebody from Good Things Foundation, which is one of the companies that helps create these resources and helps to kind of put these resources on, such as Learn My Way and such as Make It Click. And when I was talking to somebody from Good Things Foundation on the stream, she mentioned how they are very thorough about the resources that they share. So they're all like the websites that they share. So they're all
I was just gonna say
websites,
yeah
because they're very kind of rigorous about that. So don't worry about using any of the resources on this website or the one we're about to see, because they make sure that they only use really, really trusted companies and websites. So just to let you know, guys. Okay, so use an email, guys. So I'm just going to read this top part here, and it says, in this course you will learn all about email accounts on the internet. The course covers how to set up an email account, as well as how to open, read and send emails safely. So if you would just go to start this course, and then we will get cracking. Okay, so as it says there, email stands for electronic mail. It works like normal letters or mail, but it's online. It allows you to send messages and photos to people instantly and for free using the internet. So in this course we're going to meet Salma, and Salma's recently moved, and she wants to keep in touch with friends that she doesn't see very often. Salma talks to her friend Mariam, who tells her she uses email to keep in contact with her own friends and family. So we are going to work our way through this, guys. So we're going to click on continue. Whenever you're done with this, there's this pink button in the middle, which is the continue button. So always look out for that. And then it pops up with another thing. What is email used for? It says it's used for keeping in touch with friends and family, and you can do loads of useful things. You can apply for jobs, get receipts, shop online from when you shop online, or updates from your favorite websites. So email is pretty useful, right, LA? Would you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, especially now as well, like I've definitely sent emails and stuff to people with like I don't know, photos of stuff or things like that. Especially, now when we can't see each other in person and stuff, it's really useful, especially if somebody's not on the same like social media as you or doesn't
Yeah.
have WhatsApp or something like that.
Yeah.
It can be really, really useful. So definitely really good.
Yes, I could not agree more. And it's also a good if you're emailing somebody that you're not that familiar with, like for example, say you're applying for a job, or let's say you're applying for a job or you're applying for uni and you're messaging someone from there. It's a great way
Definitely.
to kind of get in touch with that person,
Mm,
and it's immediate. So obviously, you think about sending a letter. If you sent a letter to that person, it might get to them the day
hmm.
after, but still, if you
Yeah.
send someone an email, it's like 2 seconds. It's like it's there, and it's
Yeah.
also
And
go
they
on.
can access it any time as well.
Yeah,
Like, say, if you phone somebody and they can't answer the phone, that's it. That communication's gone. But if you're using an email, then they can check it whenever's convenient for them, and it's still there. They can save it. They can look at it again later. It's a good place to have like a reference to something. I think that's a good point for receipts as well and stuff.
yeah, exactly,
But
exactly, yeah, exactly, because you've got that physical document there.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, sending stuff. So if you're sending your CV, people send the CV via email a
yeah,
lot,
definitely.
and it's so much better than having that physical copy carrying around and giving it to people. Like that's a little bit antiquated now. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people physically give someone the CV,
Mm,
and it's maybe not even the. It depends on the job obviously, so I can't generalize. But at the same
mm,
time, generally speaking, it is more indicated to give someone a paper copy of your CV, whereas sending them your CV, I think, is much more immediate. It's faster,
yeah.
and I think it would be looked at as more professional, maybe. That's a bit of my own opinion there, I think, but perhaps,
Mm.
but I would say so just because it shows that you have digital skills. Um, so yeah, it's good
I,
for a number of reasons.
yeah, I think it depends. I think a lot of the time with like job applications and stuff, they'll tell you specifically how they want your CV
Yeah,
and whether they want a cover letter and stuff like that. And some places will say you have to apply online with that. So if you go in and give them a paper CV, then they probably won't even take it.
yeah,
So it just shows that you can follow instructions and stuff better
definitely. That's a good point,
if
Ella.
you've asked if
So
they've asked for it digitally.
100%. Right. And the next part here is email providers. So an email provider is an internet service that lets you create an account to receive and store emails. Three of the largest email providers are Gmail, Yahoo, and Outlook. And you can go to one of their websites to create an account for free. If you have your own computer, tablet, or smartphone, you can set that up to send and receive emails. You can also access emails from any computer connected to the internet. Do this by going to the website of your email provider. So, whatever you want to choose, guys, whether you want to have emails with Yahoo, Google, or Outlook, they are probably the three biggest providers. And you would just go to their website, and if you're having issues finding their website, just literally type into Google Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook, and the website will probably be the first link. Um, or it'll be very obvious which one it is because it would say outlook.com, gmail.com, or yahoo.co.uk.
Yep.
So these three different providers, they're all very similar. They have minor nuances, but I would say that they all do effectively do the same job. And they are free trusted providers, guys. So if you are looking to get an email, one of these guys would probably put you in the right direction, I think.
Yep.
And then what it looks like. Okay, so Salma's friend Mariam uses Yahoo Mail. Let's take a look at the different parts of her email address, okay? So as you can see, here it says the first part is the unique username, which is something that you can choose for yourself. Mariam is choosing to use her first and second name. You can use whatever you like as long as it's not something that's already been used by someone else. So, like Mariam, you should only use small letters to avoid confusion. I think that's an interesting point, but I generally, from my understanding, or from most providers, they don't let you use big letters. Um,
No,
so
it doesn't matter if you've got a capital or a lowercase letter. It's going to be lowercase all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So I am a huge yeah. So I think that is just basically for the sake of simplifying it. They're saying you should only use
mm,
small letters, but I will tell you for
yeah,
now, guys. Regardless of whether you use a small or a big letter, it is going to just correct to a small letter. I've had a lot of learners who are first setting up emails and like, oh, is that a capital? And it's like, it honestly doesn't matter. It's the same with
yeah,
websites.
yeah,
If you put capital letters in websites, it's not going to matter because it's always going to be small letters. So emails,
yeah,
website, always small letters. That's something for you to
yeah,
remember, guys. Um,
yeah.
then right,
Um,
go on.
I was going to just say a little point about choosing your unique username for your email address.
Hmm.
If you are going to use it for applying for jobs, I would definitely use a derivative of your own name. So, and don't choose something, that you think's really funny or perhaps rude or anything like that, because it won't be looked at as professional,
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. So, um,
I
yeah,
mean,
so
something quite funny is that people Ella and my age, most of us all had like silly emails when we were kids because
yeah,
you set up a silly email when you were kids to use MSN or whatever, and then
yeah,
um, you know that's when you're a kid, and then you get into like secondary school, and you get like to the point where you're like a little bit older, like when you're a teenager, and then you kind of have that realization. You're like, this email's so embarrassing,
yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
I need to change my email. I can't have this. This is not professional email, right? And then
I know,
it's quite funny because I think everybody from mine and Ella's generation, they get to like that age
definitely.
when they're like 16 or whatever, and they're like, I need to get like an actual like an adult person's email. So
Yeah, definitely. But I
yeah,
mean, it's if you're only using it for personal stuff, you can have whatever you want as
sure.
your username, I would say. Um, but yeah, maybe don't apply for jobs with like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a typical like Dark Angel 666
I'm gonna
at
tell you right.
gmail.com or something.
One of my close friends, right?
Yeah.
His email used to be I am actually Superman at hotmail.co.uk, but it's much older, so it doesn't use that anymore. But that was like way back when.
I
Um,
like it.
so
It's
yeah, there
funny.
you go. Okie dokie, right? So we're gonna move on, and so yeah, Mariam D'Souza at yahoo.com, and then it says here that the last part of an email address is the name of the email provider followed by like .com, .co.uk or .org. Part of the email address is like putting your street name and area on your postal address. It simply tells people which email provider they are sending the message to. So that's absolutely brilliant there. And there you go. It has it at the very end. So whatever it's going to be. So if you choose Yahoo, it's going to be yahoo.com. If you choose Hotmail, it's going to be hotmail.co.uk. And then if you choose what's the other one? Hotmail, Gmail. It will be gmail.com, right? So
I think it's Outlook now, isn't it?
Outlook.
Rather
Yeah,
than
so it would be Outlook now. Yeah,
Hotmail.
yeah, it wouldn't be Hotmail. Yeah, it would be Outlook. That's true. So yeah, it would be Outlook or it would be Live actually. So it would.
Yeah,
I think there's an option actually now. I think if you go on it, you can change it to either Outlook or Live. So
yeah.
yeah, you have the option for either. Okie dokie. Right. So email addresses format. Which one of these email addresses is in the correct format? And so choose one option and then select my answer. So guys, and Alan, maybe you could kind of put in on this as well. Which one of these do we think is the correct format, guys? Because we just had a look there. Would it be at outlook@com, gmail.com at Salma, www.myemail.com, or salma@yahoo.com? Which one would you think it would be of those?
I think it's got to be salma@yahoo.com.
Yes, Salma at yahoo.com. Should we have a go at that one? Let's have a little go.
Yeah.
So we're going to press that. We're going to check our answer. And yeah, it says that's right. Well done. So the three parts of an email address need to be in the following order: unique username, the @ symbol, and the email provider. So there you go, guys.
I'm going to be really upset if I get any of these wrong and really embarrassed.
Find out. So congratulations. What is email? Now Salma can use the email, which would be useful for her. She started setting up an email account. So that, and then we can go on to the next topic. We don't want to spend too much time just on emails, so I think we'll have a look at the next topic, and then we'll maybe move on to a different subject, guys. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. If we fly through it, we'll maybe do all of them. But we'll have a look. What do you reckon, Ella?
Yeah, sure. We'll see what happens.
See what happens. Okie dokie. So Salma has decided to set up an email account. There are lots of providers to choose from, and as we mentioned, the three biggest are Google, Yahoo, and Outlook. Salma's friend Mariam uses Yahoo, so Salma decides to use this too. Okie dokie. Setting up an account. To create an email account, you need to go to the email provider's website. Because Salma has chosen to use Yahoo, she goes to login.yahoo.com, but you can choose any email provider you like. And there you go, guys. So you can generally, when you want to set up, you would go to create new account, and you would press that button there, and you would get set on that. And then there you go. You got your first name, surname, the email address at the provider. So you need to fill out this form here, and so that would be whatever you want it to be at provider.com. You put your password in, and then you put your telephone number in, and that's it. So Salma Singh at provider.com. So as we mentioned before, so Salma could put Salma Singh into here at provider.com, but that may not necessarily work, because we said if someone else has already had that, she may need to put salma.singh at provider.com, or Salma Singh 1, Salma Singh whenever she was born, 95 at provider.com. Just something that's significant to her, which she'll be able to remember, which she'll be able to put in. So the first thing someone needs to do is sign up front, choose your email address. So yeah, can be anything you like as long as someone else hasn't used it before. So as me and Ella mentioned just before, when choosing your email address, think about who will see it and what it says about you. So that's obviously something we just mentioned, and it's something you need to bear in mind. Is it like, what does it say about you? So
does it tell people that you're Superman?
To tell people that you're Superman, or does it, so there you go. It's something to bear in mind. Salma Singh at, and then she put Salma S141. So Salma's chosen a sensible email address. It says here she knows this username because it's sent to workmates and friends and family as well. So it says if you saw Salma.s141 at yahoo.com, you wouldn't think of anything of it. You would just think, okay, that's just her name with some numbers as well. So that seems absolutely fine to me. It's a nice, professional, easy to remember email address there. So you guys, we're going to move slightly on here, choosing a password. Okay, yeah, so me and Ella mentioned about that. Obviously, password needs to be safe and secure. So that means it needs to be easy to remember, but it isn't easy for other people to guess. So that's a quite nice, concise way to put it, I would say. And so it says here a mixture of letters and numbers, and some providers will ask you to make it more than 8 characters long. So it says here Selma has a dog called Blue, 7 years old, so she'll remember something like that. So she chooses Blue Pooch 7 as her password, and it's definitely worth noting that the blue is the B for the blue is capitalized, and the P for the pooch is capitalized. So that is, much more secure, especially with the second P. That's much more secure. If she just put Blue, if the dog was called Blue, so she just put Blue 7, it's not very secure because there's not really enough characters. But the pooch thing, it's also that's a more obscure way of saying right, like a dog, right? So
Yeah,
I think that
because
not a lot
if
of people.
people,
Go on.
yeah, I was going to say, if people know that you've got a dog called Blue, just the same as maybe, a lot of people use like the names of their children and stuff as passwords. I think they're probably one of the first things that people would guess, if you know
Definitely,
what I mean.
definitely,
So, if you can find a way to make them a little bit more obscure, then all the better, really.
definitely. And the choice of the word pooch there, I think, is kind of doing that for Salma. So yeah.
Definitely.
And okay, choosing a good password. So out of these, which one do people think would be the good password? So if we have a look at these, so the options are Ella 1 to 8, David, password, which is the classic, uh,
The classic.
yellow
The
kid,
classic. No, no.
yellow kitty 6, or I am 50 years old.
Um, hmm.
But the I am 50 years old is capital I, capital A, 50, capital Y, old, capital O.
Yeah.
And there's Yellow Kitty 6, which is all lowercase. And then it says select two options in check my. Sorry. It says
Mm.
select the two passwords that would be the most difficult for someone to guess. Select two options, then select check my answer. I
Well,
think. Go on, Ella.
I don't like either of the two that I think it's supposed to be.
Sim. Sim. So I'm in agreement with you. Um, I
So
think
I'm
that
thinking it's supposed to be Yellow Kitty 6 and I am 50 years old.
I agree. So I think that it's probably going to be both of those two. But as me and Ella said, I actually don't really think that they are strong passwords.
No.
Um, I,
One, I don't think that Yellow Kitty 6 has any capital letters in it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's not, it's a bit too, I don't know. Yeah,
So it's
it's still
quite
too easy.
quite generic, isn't it? It's like
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
so
And
we're gonna give them a whirl, see if that comes up. Um,
the other problem I have with the I am 50 years old one is that it's like sensitive information still,
yeah,
if you know what I mean, in your password.
definitely. So it says here that's right. You've selected the two best passwords from the list. They have a mixture of letters and numbers. Um, so there you go. That's that's a good password. It says, but as me and Ella said, I think that the first password that they provided was a little bit more secure. And if you are going to go for that yellow kitty one, like if that's the kind of password you were going to go for, definitely at the very least make the yellow, make the Y capital, and make the kitty, make the K capital. At the very least, I would say, guys, you should definitely always have a capital letter in your password. I would say, or
Yep.
if, or yeah, or at least it needs to be if you need to have a substitute. If not, like maybe more numbers or special characters, as we mentioned. Um, Okie dokie. So we're going to go to continue. Terms and conditions. So yeah, terms and conditions is an interesting one because it's one that's almost always overlooked in any kind of anything you do really ever on a
Yeah.
computer, right? Or with any
Yeah.
technology ever. So before Salma can finish creating her account, she's asked to agree to the terms and conditions. So they want to make sure that you're going to use the email service nicely, which is good. You should look at the terms and conditions before you sign up for an email. If you don't agree with what they say, you might want to try using a different email provider. So congratulations, there we have created an email account topic. So that you'd be getting started on the email there. I tell you what, like I say, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to see what the next topic is. Sending an email. We're gonna yeah, we'll go through this very briefly, and then we're going to move on to looking at some video calling, and we're going to look at social media as well, because they're two key bases we like to cover. So very
Sure.
briefly, now that Salma has an email account, she's going to make an email. So we're going to go through how she would do that, okay? So first you would click on new. There's a little example of what the email box would look like there. Generally the compose is going to be on the left. Looks very similar to kind of like the Outlook style. And you click on compose, or it might be new instead, in your inbox, and then that would open up a new window, which would be how you would send an email. So you would go, as you can see here, there's the to box, which is where you left click in there, and then you would write the name of the person that you want to send an email to. So you need to have their email address, obviously, for a start, So Salma is going to send that to mariamdesouza@yahoo.com, and there you go. And then subject, you go to the subject, and then you are going to put in what you want the subject to be. So you could say whatever you like. So say it's about, I don't know, you got plans next Friday, so say I don't know, next Friday's plans or something.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be about in the subject, could be anything. And then you would go to the big box there, the big rectangle, and you would left click in that, and that is where you were going to put your message. So
Yep.
it can be anything as well, guys, whatever you want to send to them, and then you would press send. There is kind of like the emails sending different to letters, but it does kind of some of the formatting of letters is being carried on over to emails. So if it was somebody that you didn't know, you probably wouldn't say dear sir, madam. You I mean, it's not outside the realms of possibility, but it's quite unlikely unless it's like the most formal occasion ever.
Yeah.
You would generally say hello or hi, right? So hi,
Yeah.
at the top there, or hi and then their
Yeah.
name. Then you
Yeah.
would go, you would do a line down, so you'd press your enter bar, press that down to get into the middle of the text, or just a bit lower down, two spaces down or one space down, and then you would write your
Yeah.
actual message of what you want to say to this person. My personal, I'm sure we're going to go into this in the next bit here, but my personal preference is I try not to write everything in like one paragraph, because
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like
It's a bit of a wall of
it's
text,
just
I
a
think.
wall of text,
Yeah.
and when people look at that, they just think, oh, I can't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that they might end up skimming it, because they might just
Yeah.
think, okay, I'm just going to get like the cliff notes of this. Whereas I think the more you can break it up, is the better. So if you've got like 3 or 4 smaller lines of text, it's much easier to read, easier for people to digest. It's just a little
Yeah.
tip there. Whereas if you've got a huge paragraph of text, it's a bit like, kind of like, as Ella said, it's a wall of text, and it's not the most welcoming thing. So just
Yeah.
something to bear in mind there, guys. Okie dokie. So you're gonna, once you've done that, then you're just gonna go to continue, and it says have a go. So we're gonna do a practice together of trying this, and let's have a little look then, guys. So you've got the to thing here. So obviously it says type learn my way's email address in. So we're gonna go email at learnmyway.com, and then you're gonna go in subject. So that was wrong apparently. So if we go to email at learnmyway.com, then we're gonna go to subject. Yep, that worked that time. Must have made a typo. And then in the subject we can put in whatever we like. So it says, oh, we're gonna type in great course. So great course, capital G and a capital C. So it's like a title. And then it says we're going to type in your course about using email really helped from Salma. So let's have a little go at that. Your course about using email really helped, and capital F from. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, if I go down here, yeah, and then we're going to say from Salma. So signing off emails, guys, it's really up to you, but I would measure it based off the formality of the email. So
Yeah.
for example, everyone does this differently as well. Actually, there's not really a right way to do this, but
Yeah.
so if I'm emailing, like, you know, a client, someone I'm working with, generally I would sign off with kind regards, because I think that's
Yeah.
very polite.
Yeah. I think you can't go wrong with kind
Yeah.
regards, really.
So you can't really go
Yeah.
wrong with kind regards.
No.
And yeah, it's really nice if you don't know the person well, and it's, even if you do know them well, I guess it's just it is a nice way to sign
Yeah.
off, but it is,
Nobody's gonna think like, oh, that's so weird that they've said kind regards, or they're gonna think like, oh, they're being impolite or anything like that. It's polite and it's pretty general, I would say.
yeah.
Um.
And then if I don't use that, then I would probably say, so I'd say kind regards, And then people, you don't really need to put your name on because you might have a signature if you're from an organization, but that's something else we can talk about another day. But you may some people sign off with a name. You don't really need to do that if it's in your email. If your email is quite nondescript, you'd obviously need to mention who you are. If it's
Yeah.
the first time you're having a correspondence with someone.
Yeah. Like if you're applying for jobs and things, I would definitely put your name on.
Yeah, but sign. Well, how do you feel about that, Ellis? Signing off with your name. You might have seen that before, right?
I think if it's, if you don't know them, or if it's relatively professional, I would say still sign off with your name.
Yeah. So it
Um,
depends on the situation. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, and then if it's someone you mates with, maybe then I would maybe just put cheers, or I would just put thanks,
yeah,
and that's just like it's just a nice closing thing to put. Um,
yeah.
so, but it's up to you guys. So take your pick really. But we're gonna do from Salma now. And listen, man, that's a basic way to sign off. She knows it's from Salma, and that's it's conveying the message we need. So I'm gonna press send, and apparently that's not right, and I think that's just because I did a line down, which I would generally do, guys, but we've got to do it like this now. So really helped from Salma.
Oh, is it because you've got to have the specific?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's not right. So that's how I done. I feel like I did do that. So yeah, if you so I want to try that again. Actually, I'm not sure why that didn't work. Okay, so if you do get it wrong, guys, which is totally fine, then it will correct it for you and show you how to do it. So they've got a nice little animation
oh,
played there, which is
it
absolutely
was a
fine.
typo. I think.
Oh, was it a typo? Oh, okay,
I think so.
right.
I'm like a minute or something behind, so
Oh, okay,
that's
no worries. Let's see.
I think the activities online my way are really good though because it like because I think when you read about how to do things online,
Yeah,
it doesn't always,
exactly.
you don't always sort of feel confident that you'll know what to do and you won't know what the screen will look like and stuff. So I think it's really good that they've got these examples that you can try like and practice first.
I think that's a really good point from Ella. I think one of the strongest points about this website is, as Ella mentioned, it's the activities, because as Ella just said there, often if I've ever struggled with anything online, it's generally because there's a step that they go over in the tutorial, and I'm like, for me that's not working. There's something, and there's
Mm-hmm.
nobody to ask. You can't say, why is this not working? So with this website, you can just do it, and there's nothing more effective than doing it, in my opinion. So that's why I think that Learn My Way is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it says you can close that when you finished it. Then there's drafts as well, your draft folder, which is where if you want to save a message you're not ready to send, you can save it as a draft, and then it will remain there until you're ready to send it. And that's, you've got your inbox folder, and then underneath it you've got your drafts as well. So, and then there's the sent box as well, which once again is very useful. If you want to kind of, once you've sent something and you think, oh, I can't remember what I said, you can go down and press your sent box, and then it will be there in that box for you as well, guys. So well done, you've come to the end of sending an email. You've helped Salma send a message to Learn My Way, and have seen what happens to her email after she sent it. So in the next topic, receiving and responding to an email, we'll find out how Salma reads and replies to messages she's been sent. Okay, so we're gonna leave that for now, guys, because we don't want to spend the full session on emails, and I'm conscious of the time.
Yeah.
So that was, if you'd like to continue that though, you're welcome to, guys. That is using emails. And also, once if you've registered, you can monitor your progress, so you can see how much you've done. If you've done 70%, if you've done 60% of it, how much you've done. I tell you what we're going to look at now. We're going to look at video calling, because obviously with us being on lockdown at the moment, we're not sure for how much more, but I'd imagine we are going to be on lockdown for a little bit longer, even if it is going to slightly ease. And I think video calling is definitely a useful thing for us to look at there, so I think we might as well have a little quick look at video calling. So if you go down to more internet skills for me, so subject, more internet skills, and then you would press video calling, guys. Once again, if anyone has any questions or needs a hand with anything, just give me a shout and we'll be able to help you guys out with that. So once you've gone onto video calling, guys, we are going to go to start this course. We can look here at the different topics, and there's a lot here. There's a lot of good stuff here. There's introduction to video calling, FaceTime, Skype, Messenger, WhatsApp, and quiz. And
there's lots of stuff. That's really good.
So yeah, that's really cool, that all of these different ones. And then if you look at the resources as well, you've got using FaceTime from Apple. So you know, people who created it. You've got how to use FaceTime by Digital Unite, installing Skype, and a few more Skype ones there, Facebook chat and Messenger one, how to use WhatsApp. And guys, if you are interested how to use WhatsApp or how to use Zoom, in particular, these two are very popular at the moment, then you can look at the Media Savvy video, because if you type in, if you go to our YouTube page, you can scroll slightly down now maybe, or you could just type in Media Savvy WhatsApp. I'd imagine it would come up, but you could just look through our videos list, and we do have a how to use WhatsApp stream and how to use YouTube stream. Sorry, how to use WhatsApp stream and how to use Zoom. Zoom is also a video calling software, which is similar to some of the things that we'll be looking at. So you may have been using Zoom with your friends. We do have a tutorial on that, guys, which we can point you in the direction of that. And then that's similarly with WhatsApp as well. But for this, we'll get into the basics here, and we'll have a little look, guys. So we're going to start this course. Okie dokie. Let's see, guys. Alright, so what is video calling? Video calling is where you can see and hear the person or people that you're talking to. It's a great way to feel closer to people without needing to be near them. So it brings people together and encourages them to talk. Basic features. There are a lot of different video programs and applications. Most have the same basic features and icons. Icons are small pictures that you can select. So let's take a look at some of the most common icons. You can start a video call with someone by selecting the video icon. End a call. To end a call with someone, select the red phone icon. Mute the microphone. You can turn off the microphone so that other people can't hear you by selecting the mute microphone icon, and turn the camera around. So yeah, sometimes you see people trying to like do that, and it's like it's like really close to the face maybe. So yeah, you can press the back camera and the front camera with that little icon there that you can see. So that's a useful one to remember. Here we go. Let's just have a go. Now you have seen the basic functions of video calling program. Have a go at selecting the right icons for the right functions. So let's get cracking. Alright, select the start activity, and as me and Ella said, the activities are very good on this. It's interactive, it's engaging, it's quite fun. So select the icon you would choose to start a video call. Now we have 3 different ones here. We've got a microphone with a big slash across it, we've got a red phone, and then we've got kind of a camera icon. It's a square and a triangle on the side. Now if you're watching this, or if you're watching this back, then which one do you think it would be? I think it would be this one here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then it says well done. So
I'm like a minute behind, so I'm like, I don't know where we are.
Totally okay, don't worry about that. So select the icon you would choose to end a call. So like we've got the camera with the swirling arrows, I guess we could say, rotating arrows, curved arrows, and then you've got the microphone with a slash down it, and you've got the red phone. So this is to end a call. I think this one's pretty straightforward.
It sounds like it would be the red phone.
Sounds like it would be the red phone. And then finally, which one would mute the microphone? So if it wasn't the other two, and neither of these two are microphones, then I think it must be the one with the microphone on it, with the slash through it. and then flip the camera. Okay, so if we've established that the middle one is to start a video call and the right one is to end a video call, then the left one must be to it said that I selected that one I was looking at. So it must be this one to the left, guys. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's the one on the far left with the two arrows around it, and it says great. Once you've done the activities, make sure you press close, and that's not going to close everything. It's just going to close the activity, because I know that is a little bit confusing sometimes for some people. All right. So choosing the right device, guys. You can use video calling on many different devices. The main things you need are a microphone and a camera. Okay, so let's have a little look there. Choose the next button to find out more. Computers. If your computer doesn't have a camera, you can buy a camera and attach it. They are sometimes called webcams. You can also buy a microphone for your computer if it doesn't have one. So let's go. Alright, and most laptops have built-in cameras and microphones. If you're
I would say pretty much everything does these days. If you've got a relatively new device, I would say you're pretty much going to have them already built in.
Yeah. So the laptop that I'm using currently, that has a webcam built into it, and that's what I'm using right now, so that you can see me via that. So just to let you know, guys. And then the microphone. It does have an inbuilt mic. I've got a separate one here. But yeah, so they generally do have it. And I mean, this is not the best mic, but it's definitely not the worst. So can't complain, guys. And then we'll go to next. And then it says tablets and smartphones have cameras and microphones built in. Like generally all of them will have that. They'll usually have a camera at the front and a camera at the back. So you can take selfies, and then you can also take pictures of wildlife or whatever. Okay, so guys, we're going to go to continue. And using different devices to call someone, you'll need to make sure that the same program or application is you, and that you have their contact details. So it doesn't matter what device you have. For example, one of you could have a mobile and the other one could have a laptop. You can still video call. So that's a good point, because not everyone, I think, would automatically know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter what device it is.
But it is important that it's the same platform.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, you couldn't do a WhatsApp call with someone who's trying to do a Facebook call with you. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Alright, so on the screen, this is what a video call looks like. It is the same on any device you use. So yeah, it's going to be a smaller version of yourself in a box, and then the main video screen will be them. But the only difference is if you're using a computer, it's going to be wider for you, just due to the fact that that's the way your computer is, versus if you're using a mobile phone, it will be portrait and it's going to be longer. So that's something to bear in mind. And obviously, you're more likely to have your phone closer to your face, so it's probably going to be closer to you if you're using a phone, whereas if you're using a laptop, generally it's going to be further away from you. So there's two things to consider. The small box at the top of the screen. Okay, so I don't need to go through that because we'll just mention that. Getting connected. To be able to video call someone, you will need to be connected to the internet. Now that is true. For long calls, it is best you connect your device to the internet by Wi-Fi. That means you don't have to worry about how much data you're using. For shorter calls, you could use mobile internet connection. So if you've got 4G, that would be really, that would be totally fine. 3G, you could probably even swing it, but it would be very bad connection. So I'd recommend at least having 4G for that. If you'd like to learn more about the ways you connect to the internet, you might like to try the Learn My Way Smart Internet course. So that's something to look out for there, guys, if you're interested. Downloading and installing. As well as a device, you also need a video call and program application. As we mentioned before, we've done one for WhatsApp and one for Zoom, but there are also different ones here, so you need to download or install one. So let's have a look at which one they are. Okay, so applications. You can download video calling applications on your phone by using an app store. Yeah, so guys, those things on the left, I think that's the Play Store and that's the App Store. That's an Amazon store. So these different apps are what you would need to use to download the program. Sounds a little
Yeah.
confusing. It's really not. So you would just either click the Play Store. Most likely it's going to be these two at the top. You click one of these, you just type in whatever you want to use, and then you would be able to download it. Yeah, and similarly, it would be a browser if you're using a computer. So it's going to be an app if you're using a phone. It's a browser if you're using a computer, such as Chrome or Internet Explorer. You would use your internet browser. I think that's pretty intuitive, but you'd use your internet browser to download these programs.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look here. Registering. After you've installed a video calling program, you may need to register before you can use it for the first time. This will usually include entering your name, so you may also need to use an email address or a phone number to create a username and password. So there you go, guys. Adding contacts. Video calling programs let you add contacts. This is like storing someone's phone number and name on your phone. It saves you having to remember their contact details when you want to call them. So yeah, you can generally add contacts to whatever you're using. It depends on the software. If it's something like Messenger, the primary focus isn't video calling. It's a feature of the app. So you would generally, and the way Messenger would work is it would use your Facebook friends if you've got Facebook. WhatsApp would use your phone contacts. If they've got WhatsApp as well, it would automatically add them, or generally will. If it's something like Zoom, you would need to invite them to a meeting. You'd need to start a meeting and invite them to it. So this varies depending on the app or on the program. So yeah, Skype as well. You would have contacts like this, and you can add them generally by email, I think, on Skype. So it depends on the program, I guess, guys.
Yeah.
So privacy settings and safety. It's important to stay safe when video calling. So don't do or say anything that you would regret, because the video call could be saved by the other person and they could share it with people that you don't know. So that's a very good point.
Definitely.
And I think that on things like, it depends on the software, so not all programs would do it, but on something like Instagram, it would tell you when somebody has print screened something. So it's more common for you now to see apps starting to bring in a thing where if something like that happened, they would tell you, oh, this person screenshotted something. However, there is certain kind of apps or programs that don't have that. So it says only talk with people you know or trust. So yeah, make sure that it's either
Definitely.
friends, family, and people like that. Stop communicating if someone is doing something inappropriate. So if someone starts to do something that you're not comfortable with, then that red phone thing that we looked at before, that's to hang up the call, that's always there for you as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a secure password for your video calling program or application. So make sure that, yeah, once again, we've went through the secure passwords. You already know by now it's the capital letter, numbers, special characters, and you can put that in. Don't share your personal details on your account, or other people will be able to see them. So bear in mind as well that your personal details are safe as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done. You've come to the end of the introduction to video calling topic. You've found out how to prepare people for video calling for the first time and what things they need to consider. So in the next topic, we're going to cover FaceTime. How to use FaceTime to video call friends and family. So I think that we're going to leave it there because we've only got an hour for video calling.
Yeah.
But we covered the basics there, guys. So beyond this, it would go straight into FaceTime, which is the Apple video calling software, and then there is more ones beyond that. So if you are interested in progressing with video calling, then the options are right there, guys. Okay, so we're going to go back to subjects. We're going to leave it here for now for Learn My Way, because I think we don't want to delve too much into this.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good introduction. Shows you what you can kind of expect from Learn My Way.
Exactly, guys. And yeah, so there you go, guys. Right now we're going to look at Make It Click. Okay, so guys, as I mentioned, everything that we talked about today is going to be in the description.
Description? Register?
Description, register. And yeah, so if you go to makeitclick.learnmyway.com, then I know that is a bit of a mouthful, but if you look in the description of this video, then you will see the link there, and you can click directly to that. They can be shared at the chat as well. We talked about this as well with Angela from Good Things Foundation. So this is a website which we would generally signpost people to after they've used Learn My Way for a little bit. If you wanted to register or sign in, it would take you to Learn My Way. It says you register with Learn My Way. So if you already have a Learn My Way account, so if you've just followed the steps that we've done today, you can sign in using that, guys. So then you can just press sign in, and it's going to take you to Learn My Way. You would just sign in on your Learn My Way account, and then you would go back to the Make It Click website. So I'm just going to go back, do a little backspace, take us back to Learn My Way, and then back to home. And there it says, guys, start learning now, build your digital skills. So it says Make It Click features free courses and tools, templates that you can trust. You can learn new apps, improve the skills that you already have, and take a positive step forward in your work. So I'm going to go to start learning now, and let's have a little look. All right. And you can see here, guys, there's 149 resources, and it's all these different subjects. There's so much stuff here. Unlike Learn My Way, Make It Click has a ton of different subjects, and Make It Click will link you to different guides, tools from other websites. So Make It Click will use certain stuff from Learn My Way, but it's also going to use a bunch of stuff that is separate from Learn My Way, and it links to different websites. So you can really take your pick of these different ones, whatever you want to learn, all basic digital skills. There's a resource for pretty much all of it, but we're going to go down to working from home. This is one that they've made recently to kind of get tips on how to adapt to remote work, and so this one is very relevant for the current situation. And they've got a bunch of things about Zoom here, which we mentioned, Google Meet, which is another one, Loom, screen and video recorded. So there's a ton of stuff that's going to be suitable for working from home, guys. And let's have a quick look. Whimsical, Trello. We're going to go down and let's see. So Google Docs, there's a one there. Collaborate on documents, Office 365. So these are ones particularly if you're looking to work from home, guys, and there's a bunch of good stuff there, and staying secure as well, like what we were talking about just before with the video call. So that's something to look at as well, guys. And then if you'd like to go back, we're going to look at documents for now, guys. And you can see there's a bunch of different ones here. How to create a CV in Google Docs, how to write in plain English, and the ultimate guide to Google Docs. We're going to take a quick look at that one for now. Let's see. Okay, yes, continue to the ultimate guide to Google Docs. Okie dokie. So it says everything you need to know about Google Docs. So you can see that I want to run through those steps again. So I clicked on the ultimate guide to Google Docs. It opened up this page here that says yes, continue to the ultimate guide to Google Docs, and then it's going to open in a new tab, etc. And yeah, it's going to cover all bases, formatting as well as Google Docs features, and then it takes me to a separate website. As we spoke about before, all of the websites on here are very safe and easy to use. They're trusted websites that they've been checked by the Good Things Foundation and so on. So everything okay. So it starts with everything Google touches seems to turn to gold, which is a bit intense, but okay. One of these products is, I mean, are you affiliated with Google? Well, it's like, one of these products is Google Docs, free word processor, an alternative to Microsoft Word that allows anybody to easily create and make their own shareable document. Oh my goodness, this is so... Google Docs is a behemoth. Okay. So yeah, Google Docs, it's pretty good, guys, but come on. Alright, so basically, Google Docs is just a word processor, as they're saying. It's cool because The good thing about Google stuff is that it's all integratable. So you've got the Google
Yeah,
Drive, you've got Gmail, and you've got Google Docs, and they can all be accessed quite easily.
yeah,
Um,
using the same account as well.
Using the same account. So if you've got a Gmail account, then you can use that for everything.
Yeah,
The alternative to Google Docs is probably going to be Microsoft Word. That's probably, if you have ever done, excuse me, any word processing before, it's probably on Microsoft Word. That's the one that
yeah,
people are most familiar with. But
yeah,
Google Docs is also, pretty. It's more up and
yeah,
coming, and I'd say it's more. It's used more and more lately. Um,
yeah. I think that the best things about it are that it's free
yeah,
and just anyone can use it pretty much. Say if you save a document on Word and then somebody tries to open it and they've got a different version of Word or they've got Pages, like the Apple version of Word, you might not be able to open that document. Whereas if you've got a Google Doc, then it it doesn't really matter who's opening it on what device or anything like that. So it's pretty universal. I think that's a really good thing about Google Docs. Um, and it automatically saves things
yeah,
to Google Drive, which is like online storage. So it is pretty good. Um, and yeah, I think as well, since you can use it offline as well,
hmm
that's also pretty good. So would recommend really.
yeah. So yeah, something on that as well. As Alice said there, the autosave feature is something that took me a while to get used to. I couldn't work out. I couldn't
I know,
grasp the idea that it was saving my work all the
I
time.
know,
And then I was like,
scary.
I said, I need to save. I can't like not save. But yeah,
I
literally, you could
know,
write quite a bit, and then you could just close the browser, right? But as crazy as that sounds, generally speaking, and when you open it again, if you go to File and Open, you find the document that you've named, and it's there,
yeah,
and that's it. And it's literally like you don't have to save it. It's so crazy.
I
But
know. I've lost so many things by not saving regularly enough, and the
yeah,
program or my computer crashing or something like that.
exactly.
But it does sort of solve that problem, which is really good.
Exactly. So yeah, you won't lose that 20-page report even if your laptop croaks. Phew, that says. So right, here is how, whether you choose Google Docs or Word, it's not difficult to sync the two. You can create a new Google Doc by simply uploading an existing Word file if you wanted to. So you can also, it is also compatible with Word. And you go to File Upload and then Connected Apps, Google Docs, and then there you go. And you can share stuff as well, so create a shareable link. So if you go to File and Share, and you could put that send it straight to someone's email, or you can create a shareable link which you could post in an email box, and then you could send that to as many people as you wanted. So there's a ton of stuff there. We're not going to go through all of this because it is absolute, it's in their words, a behemoth of a website. So they've got all of the shortcuts here as well, guys, which is great. So working in Google Docs Review, the following chart is some of the most popular shortcuts. So that'll get you using the software nice and quickly. There is a save option there. Obviously, Google Drive automatically saves, but there is actually a save option as well. Control and S would be it. So that's, or if you're using a Mac, it would be this icon here.
Command.
There you go. So, and you can work offline voice typing. As I said, obviously this page is huge, so it's got everything you need to know about Google Drives. And yeah, as well, if we go back, we can go back, and then we can also see that we've got all of these documents here and the different kind of guides and so on. So you've got here Learn My Way course, so it does link to Learn My Way. That's how to use Office programs, so it's not just Google programs on there. And basically anything you need to use, you can probably find on here. Make it click.
Yep.
And I would say it's probably good to start with Learn My Way first if you're more
Yeah.
at a beginner level with your digital skills. But if you are more, I mean, you don't have to, but it might be easier for you. But yeah, if you're somewhat beginner and intermediate, I would suggest going to Make It Click, Learn My Way. makeitclick.learnmyway.com. Once again, we can link to that, and there's a ton of resources there, guys. So bunch of stuff for you to use, nice and easy as well.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So next I want to show you guys the skills toolkit. So the skills toolkit is an online resource, skillstoolkit.campaign.gov.uk, but you could literally just Google the skills toolkit and it's going to come up. It's a government website, it's a government initiative that's literally, it's quite good, this one, because it came out on the net in the last couple of days. So, well, potentially almost a week now, but it's still a very new program. And it takes you to this homepage here, which says the skills toolkit, free digital and numeracy courses to build your skills. This is an absolute gem, this one. So you can go to explore free online courses, which is what we're going to do. And then there you go, guys. There is an absolute bunch of stuff for you there. Skills toolkit's made up of free online courses, tools, resources to help you improve your digital skills and numeracy. The Department for Education has consulted some of the country's leading educational experts and employees to make up a collection of high quality resources to suit a range of interest and skill levels. That all sounds a bunch of gobbledygook, but if you just go down a little bit here, you got find introductory courses here, and then you got learn my way, make a click, learn for everyday life, and numeracy, everyday maths as well. So there is a bunch of fantastic resources there that you can use for introductory courses, and these are absolutely fantastic, guys. So if maybe we're obviously having a focus on digital skills today, but if your maths are something that you struggle with, then there is an everyday maths list here, and it runs you through the basics of that. So I think that there is something for everybody here, and we're only looking at the introductory courses. Beyond the introductory courses, then we have intermediate courses. So that's fantastic, and we've got creating a professional online presence, which we talked about a little bit with the emails, thriving in the digital workplace, which is going to kind of help you with some of those more intermediate digital skills, and creating great online content, presenting your work with impact.
Nice.
And so there is a ton here, and the list really goes on.
It's a big range as well.
Yeah, it's a big range of stuff as well, so it's not specific to just one thing. Something I quite like about this as well is that underneath it has the approximate study time. So it tells you how long that you're actually going to be doing the course for as well. So approximate study time, 4 hours in total over 2 weeks. So that's absolutely fantastic, you know, guys. You've got that there.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can have a little look at as well. Thriving in the digital workplace, 12 hours in total over 6 weeks. So it's got a little list there. And then other than that, if you look, you've got your find advanced courses. So you've got your fundamentals of digital marketing, which is looks really cool, and learn to code for data analysis, programming essentials in Python, and then you've got introduction to cyber security. So brilliant, guys. There's an absolute ton of stuff there, from beginner all the way to advanced. So perfect.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Good stuff, guys. Yeah. So this is the skills toolkit. So if you just type in Google the skills toolkit, this will come up. We've also got a link in the description as well to this website if you want to use. So one more time, guys, we've got Make a Click, we've got Learn My Way, and we've got the skills toolkit as well. And there are a bunch of good resources that you can have a look at. So that is it for that side of the stuff that we're looking at. Now we are going to look at, firstly, we're going to look at some apps that you can download on your phone that may be of use to you. So here I have nhs.uk/apps library, and this is the NHS website, which has it has an apps library of basically all of the kind of stuff that you can look at, and that apps may be useful to you, that the NHS recommends. However,
this is a pretty good list. There's like a lot of different stuff on there, but we're just going to look at a few for now, aren't we?
So we're going to run through a few. So you've got Baby Buddy, give you and your baby the best start in life. It's free advice. Baby and child first aid, same again. Learn how to help babies or children in range of emergency situations. So they're free. That's great. Um, be mindful. So that one is £30, which is a little bit steep, but they say it's an
That
online course
seems
to help.
expensive.
That is quite expensive. I can't attest to that because I haven't used it, but that does seem a little bit pricey to me.
Mm.
But it can help with mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. So I'm not sure, but beat panic, overcome panic attacks and anxiety wherever you happen to be. It's an interesting one. Big white wall, get round the clock support from therapists to help you cope with stress and anxiety, and that one's free, so that might be worth looking into. Blue ice, this app helps young people manage their emotions and reduces urge to self-harm. It's another free one, so it might be worth looking at. They also have quite quaint little ones as well, like Brush DJ. It improves oral hygiene by using music to ensure you brush your teeth for the correct amount of time. So
Cool.
so you can literally put that on. It's a nice little timer, and I think that's an interesting one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've just got a bunch here. Chill Panda, which is being tested in the NHS. So if they haven't already put it down, they would put it's being tested in the NHS. So these digital tools meet the NHS quality standards for safety, usability, and accessibility, and are being tested now with NHS patients to see if there is sufficient evidence to provide them with an NHS stamp of approval. So these other ones, I'm guessing, I can I'm take an educated guess and say that these are already approved, and it's this one
Yeah, I
here,
would say so.
yeah, and this one here is in the case of being approved. So that's using breathing techniques to help you relax more. So that's great. So NHS professionals use these with patients, and that's fantastic. Got one here, the
Yeah.
Co-op Health, which can help you manage your repeat prescriptions securely from your smartphone.
Yeah. That's really useful,
There's an in-
especially now when it's, like hard to get to pharmacies and stuff like that. It's really good idea to look at getting prescriptions online and stuff like that.
exactly, yeah, good shout. We've got coronahelp.uk. So this is an interesting one. This is a new one here that's been put on.
Oh, new.
Yeah, and it says that it's a self-reporting tool that aims to improve the understanding and management of coronavirus. So this one is an interesting one. If you're interested in that, guys, or if you know anyone who has it or is at risk or anything like that, it's something that is there as well, and that's a new one they've added, which is quite nice. And Echo Pharmacy as well, NHS prescriptions delivered to your door for free. So yeah, not a lot of people I think know about their prescriptions on getting your prescriptions delivered, but you can do it via an app,
Mm.
and it is something that could be useful for you, especially as Alice said, if you are an elderly person and you're not able to get out of the house perhaps. So okay, so there's some great apps, and can you think of any apps that are not on here, Ella, that may be of use to anybody, or
Um,
that just general apps or
I don't
anything like
know.
that? So I know that we've got MyFitnessPal. Is it on MyFitnessBuddy?
Yeah, I think is it maybe on the next page because there's
Oh,
another
is it?
page of them, isn't there? It's in
Okay.
alphabetical order, so it's probably on the next page.
Okay, we'll have a little look, see if that's on the next page. Um, right, so if we go here, yeah, library, and then we've got engage. We're not going to go through every single one, but yeah, some first aid, health now, health unlocked. Yeah,
Mm.
live low carb program. So there's a range of different apps here for all kind of different purposes.
Yeah, is it there?
I'm looking. There's a bunch of my GP, my Desmond. I don't think it is there. I'm sure it was.
Mm.
I'm sure we've done this.
It was there, I'm sure it was. Well, we're gonna look at it anyway, so
Okay, guys. My help, my Desmond, my GP, NHS app.
hmm.
One real pathway through peanut. Anyway, guys, the point is that there is a ton of apps here for you to look at that may be of use to you or perhaps someone you know. This is an interesting
Yeah.
one here, free in some areas. It's called Sleepio, an online sleep improvement program, clinically proven to help you fall asleep faster. So yeah, and there's one here, Sleep Station, free with GV referral, connect with a stream of sleep experts to help you fall asleep, or stay asleep through the night. So yeah, just thought it was a good little resource, and it was definitely worth mentioning in the course, just while we're currently on lockdown. Yeah, so if you go to, we're going to look at our next website now, and that will be do, and then it is a hyphen it.org, and this is a volunteering website. So doit.org is, like I said, a volunteering website. It's very useful, and the good thing about doit.org is this is generally a website we refer people to if they're looking to volunteer for anything, but here it says coronavirus responders on the first page, and that is something that they are looking for, and that, you know, it's something that's very, very current. So I think that's important to have a look at that, guys. So if you want to go, you can it says here, join our community. So if you're a voluntary organization, or if you want to help, so you could click on I want to help there if you want to be a coronavirus responder, or you know anyone who does want to be one. And it says our community, looking out for each other there. And let's have a little look. Yeah, and you can say I want to help, buddy up, be a neighbor, or we need help. So are these clickable? So yeah, if you want to click on I want to help, and then it comes up and it says create your volunteer account now. So you need to put in your email and select your connection card, so really whatever you would like to do. So you say you can well, so interestingly, the good thing about this is, guys, is if you sign up for this, maybe you are someone in need. So if you're an elderly person yourself, you can click on I need help, and then if you sign up, and then once you register as someone who needs help, I'm sure you would get put onto the list. So the way that you would sign up, so whether you need help or you want help, you can press that there, and then underneath it, so make sure you put your email in first, you select your connection type, whether you want help, you need help, you want to be a neighbor, you want to buddy up with someone, and then there's a couple of tags here of what you want to do. So you could help with food shopping, or you could help with tech support from home, helping from home, friendly chat over the phone, and you take which one is going to be applicable to you, or which one you would like. Then are you able to identify others that need help? So maybe you already know someone that needs help, and you could tick that box, and then they would work with you, I'd imagine, to help with that. Then you need your personal details, so you would put in your first name, your last name, date of birth, and your location, so where you are, and then you would create a password as well. So your password can be whatever. Obviously we went through that, and we went through like some of the strong passwords, so I'm sure you guys are familiar with that now. Once you've done that, then you can press sign up now, and it would connect you to the community, and then you would be able to start helping from there. So that's how you would create your volunteer account and get on with helping with the coronavirus responders. So I'm just going back there, and we're going to have a little bit more of a look at this. It says that our community ecosystem makes it easy for you to play your part, connect with others, do good things, and help make your area a kinder place to be. So that's also good. I want to help, buddy up, be a neighbor, we need help, and it tells you about some of the different stuff we could do there. So it says do food sorting, prescription pickup, shop and drop off, friendly chat by phone, tech support, and help from home. So as we mentioned before on some of the staying connected streams, guys, even if you weren't able to kind of go out and meet people, you could support people by the phone as well. So there are many ways that you can assist, just over there as well, guys, so you can have a little look at that. B, it says tackle food poverty, reduce loneliness, feel happier, sense of belonging, build skills. So there's a bunch of stuff you can have a look at there as well, guys. And yeah, so you know, whether you're someone who needs help or you're looking to give help, the options are there, guys. And that is just from do-it.org, and then you click on the coronavirus responders part there, guys.
Yeah, it's a really, really good website, and I think you know, if you can do something at this time or you do need help, it's a really good place to start, you know, either finding that help or offering your help to stuff. And it is really, really good. It's generally a good website anyway for looking to volunteer. But yeah, since it's sort of become more coronavirus oriented, I think yeah, it's done really well and stuff. And
Yeah,
I think yeah, it's just a good place to kind of go for all that information and stuff. So
definitely, definitely. And guys, if anybody does have any questions about any of the stuff that we go over today, whether that is during the stream or after the stream, or if you're watching it respectively, then please get in touch with me, Ella, and we will be able to kind of assist you. And we'll do our best to kind of look into it and give you the best kind of response that we can in regards to your issue.
yeah,
As I've said as well, everything that we're talking about today is linked in the description. And it's all stuff that you guys can take a look at.
yeah,
So it's all stuff that's available to you guys. All right. So the next thing that we are going to look at, guys, is we are going to take a look at Amazon.co.uk. So this is a shopping website. Amazon is still doing deliveries. So
yep,
no matter where you are, you would press select your address here on the top left, and the website is Amazon.co.uk. You can see that Amazon has a bunch of different stuff. So Amazon also has a Netflix like streaming service, which is Amazon Prime Video. It's part of a Prime package that they try and push all the time.
yeah,
I'd be a little bit wary of that when you buying stuff, because it says when you're buying stuff, it says this is free with Prime, and then you click it, you're going to get free delivery, and it's $7.99 a month. But you'll also get Prime
mm-hmm,
Video. It's not a bad offer. All in all, it's not a bad offer. You get free delivery, you get the streaming service, and I think you get access to the Amazon Music. Maybe I'm not 100% about that.
I think some of it, yeah,
Yeah, some of it. But
yeah,
just bear in mind that that's what you're signing up for. If you do that, so it depends. Might be worth it for you. Maybe you want to order from Amazon every week. There, you're going to be saving enough money off the delivery. It depends.
yeah,
And then if we look down, we're just going to scroll slightly down here, and it's just got a bunch of different stuff like bestsellers in grocery, household towels, big biscuit box. Like it's just a ton of. It's pretty much. It's like a hub of like everything.
yeah.
So
I
it's
think
good.
you can order pretty much anything on Amazon.
You can order anything on Amazon. If you've never used it before, it might be a good start into doing online shopping for you.
Yeah, yeah,
And one of the things about Amazon is that it's very safe.
yeah,
Something I don't know if we mentioned at this session, but if you look in your top left where it says next to where it says Amazon.co.uk, you can see that padlock. Now that padlock
yep,
is that means that it's a secure website. So
yep,
as long as that's there, then you know that it's safe, and nothing. You can put your details on that because it's a secure website.
yeah,
But so be look out for that as well, guys. And Amazon.co.uk, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. So it's got a ton of different security stuff on it. So it is a trustable website.
yeah. And there's loads of reviews as well and stuff. So if you're worried about a product or a seller or whatever, there's reviews on pretty much everything.
Yeah. So what?
Some
Go on, Ella.
some people are like overly critical, and then other people, are just sort of. I would say that's just general online reviews, really. But it is a good place to find out a little bit more about a product or a seller or whatever, and you can kind of use your judgment from there, whether you think something's worth it or not.
Exactly right. Good stuff, Ella. Yeah. So you can type. Let's type in anything. Think of something we can buy, or what we're gonna buy today.
Toilet roll.
Okay. Toilet roll. All right. So we're gonna type in toilet roll, and there you go. A ton of stuff came up. Let's have a little look. Amazon commercial toilet roll. Looks pretty cool actually. It's like almost like IKEA style. I didn't even notice, but that's interesting though, because I didn't know Amazon did their own products. But yeah. So if we go down here, Andrex, 45 rolls of Andrex, right? And as you can see here, guys, and then also you've got these things where it says bestseller, so that means that it like sells a lot. Obviously, it is a bestseller.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you know what a bestseller is. And Amazon's Choice, which is the one that they like, I guess, or the one that they think is good value or something. So there's always the Amazon's Choice for stuff, and there's just and then you've got a bunch of different options here like Morrison's 9 softer rolls, £3. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And they just got a wide range of different toilet roll here.
Yeah.
So generally the way that Amazon works is that I think that they do have some of their own stock that is like completely theirs, but also generally it they work with a bunch of third parties as well. So they work with other companies, sell their products to Amazon, and then Amazon like sells them. So it helps their products have a wider reach. So for example, like if you're buying a book or something, a bookshop may sell their products on Amazon through Amazon, and it helps them get a wider range of reach.
You can get some used things on Amazon as well, like
Really?
particularly like used books is what I was thinking.
Used.
Like,
Used. I thought you meant user. I don't know why I misheard you.
oh no, like so yeah, like particularly books. I've definitely bought secondhand books and stuff from Amazon. You know, sometimes. So if you look for a particular book, you might have the one shipped out by Amazon that might be 20 quid, or there might be a smaller bookshop that is selling it for 99p that's got like one fold or something like that.
Yeah.
So so if you're happy with the condition, because they usually will describe it and stuff like that if it is used, then you know for 99p you might as well take a risk.
Yeah. So if we go here, guys, Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass, which is a bit of bohemian poetry. If you look, then he's the original Bohemian, the first Bohemian. So guys, if you look, there's obviously the one here, the Amazon one, which is paperback, shipped by Amazon, free delivery, £3.87, pretty good. And then you can see that it says there's a Kindle edition there, so that means that you can get it an ebook, so it would be an ebook. So Amazon would send you the ebook, and you would need an ebook reader, but you would be able to read that directly. And then if we look down, as Ella said, I'm guessing that we could get one that is shipped out from a third-party bookstore. So if we have a little look, yes. So if we go to this one here, right. So yeah, it says here, Leaves of Grass, and then if we look for the paperback, and that would be shipped out from from a third-party user, and then it says buy used, and then if you look to where it says used, there's 4 used from $3.90, and then there's 5 new from $6.80, and this is from it'll be from a Sarah bookstore, and imagine I can't find the exact. Yeah. So I'm trying to look. Yeah, so it says from American Renaissance Books, and they've got their own page, and they would send books through to Amazon, and Amazon would ship them out.
Yeah.
And as Ella mentioned there, you've got the option to buy new or the option to buy used there. So yeah, and this is still quite expensive, I would say, for used. I'd imagine, I'm not going to dig through the whole website, but on Amazon you'd probably be able to find this for like £1 sometimes, right? Or like £2. You can get like really good books for like for
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely bought like 99p books and stuff from Amazon. It'll take a bit longer to get to you because especially if you've got Prime, if it's shipped by Amazon and you've got Prime, sometimes you can get things next day delivery for free. And I think, in the current situation where deliveries are sort of more difficult, I think Prime customers have priority delivery and stuff. But if you're willing to wait a little bit longer for the delivery, you might, you'll probably save a little bit on the actual cost of the book. And if you don't need it immediately, getting a book for like £1 instead of a book for 30 quid is a really good deal.
Totally, could not agree more, Ella. Yeah, so yeah, it's worth having a dig about, and you would just put that in the search bar, and you can literally search for pretty much anything on Amazon there. Once you found it, what you want to buy, you can scroll all the way down. It'll tell you the recommended. There's a recommended section. Customers who also viewed this item rather, and then underneath that, you have product details. There's a bunch of different details about different kind of about the book itself, how many pages it is, for example, what kind of category it is, and then if you go a little bit further down, you have the customer reviews, and you can see that this book, out of 94 customer ratings, which is not the most amount of ratings, bear in mind, has 4.7 out of 5. So that's scored very highly. It's not the biggest group of people, but it's still scored very highly. And then you can actually read some of the reviews from the people that have bought the book. So, for example, Gabriel or Gabrielle has put Un Classico. Okay.
I was hoping you were going to read it all.
Viewed in Spain. Yeah, I'm not going to read it all. This is bellissimo. Okay, Un Classico. Yes, it's classic. And then Katie in Canada says, great book, 5 stars. Great book if you're new to poetry or need an enjoyable read. Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and then you have Amazon customer, nondescript animal Amazon customer. They put, I'm not sure, just enjoy, and then say, I liked the book. Full stop. So there you go.
What
guys.
a review.
That's all you need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, should we find the 1-star review?
Yeah. So you can click on where it says 1 star, and it'll take you straight to 1-star reviews, I believe.
Yeah, I think you might have to be signed in to do that. Let's have a quick look.
Okay.
Load more. I don't know if it's going to make me sign in. No, it's. Okay, we're gonna have a quick scroll down, see if one more. Right. Okay, that'll do. Don't want to take up too much time with that. See, this is like a lot of this. People put a lot of time into making these reviews, so some of them are quite good. But don't take it with a pinch of salt. Some people who leave the reviews, like, no matter what, they would have left a bad review. Like, if it were the best review in the world, there's certain people that just they're just no matter what. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to buy this book, guys. What would I do? I would go to add to basket, and once I press that, it's been added to the basket. And then if I go to proceed to checkout, it's going to come up with this here, and it takes me to a new window that says sign in. And then if you've got an Amazon account, you would just sign in there. If you don't, you would go to new to Amazon underneath, create your Amazon account, and then it's very simple to make an account, guys. You would put in your name, you would put in your email address that we've probably already made, considering that we looked at that thing before, so you might have been you know how to make an email address now, and then your password, which can be whatever you like, and then you can re-enter the password as well, which most websites will make you do, just so to double check. And then you press create your Amazon account. Then after that, once you've added it to your basket, you would go to checkout. There would be an option for checkout. You press that. Once you're at your checkout, then it would ask you to put in your shipping details. So you put your address, and then you would put your billing details as well. So you would use one of your cards, but you can use third-party website called PayPal, which is a very secure way to pay for stuff. So you got the option for PayPal as well, so that might be something you would want to set up. And if you Google PayPal, you'd be able to look into that a little bit more. We're not going to look too much at PayPal today, but it's something for you to look at, guys, or to think about. Let's have a little look. Okay, brilliant. So next, guys, we are going to have a look at one more website. So that is Amazon. Then you can go back. Okay, yeah, and as it says there, proceed to checkout. You can add as many things as you want to your basket. You don't have to just have 1 or 2 things. You can have as many as you want, so you could buy 10 things if you really wanted to. But bear in mind, if they're all coming from separate places, they may not all arrive on time. So that's something to bear in mind as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is generally Amazon. As you can see here in my top right, it says I've got 1 thing in my basket. So there you go, guys. Alrighty, so if we go to Tesco, you've got Tesco.com, and this is one that's going to be quite useful for us. This is just it is the Tesco website, guys. and this is going to be very useful because I know that everyone is ordering shopping at the moment, and the website is
Yeah.
very easy, literally just tesco.com. And this is going to kind of show you the different things that Tesco have. You've got, obviously they'll have like a clothes section and so on, but the thing that we are mainly looking at today is going to be the groceries. So it's making me so hungry looking at this, by the way.
No.
So if you go to groceries, top left there, and you can press shop groceries. Yep. And there you go, bang, how we're responding to COVID-19. So there's some interesting news there. And you are welcomed with a bunch of different stuff here. It's got a bunch of offers on the home page, so a bunch of different kind of offers and things that you may be of interest, that may be of interest to you. And then, itchy nose. Let's go to fresh food, show you guys. See, there's a bunch of different sections here underneath groceries once you've clicked on it, of some of the stuff that you may be interested in. Food cupboard, frozen food, bakery, and then if you click the arrow to the left, it then has another arrow which has a more specific list of things. So you got fresh salad and chips, milk, butter and eggs, cheese, yogurt, or yogurt, depending on how you wanna speak English. Easy and entertaining, cooked meats, pies, quiche and party food, fresh pizza, pasta, garlic bread, and ready meals. But if you think, oh, this is a bit overwhelming, I just want to find a certain thing, you could just type that in here. So we're going to put in milk, if it's going to let us type, yeah, milk, and there you go. And then it comes up with a bunch of different options. So it has an autofill, which is great. So I just type in M, and then it comes up with milk, semi-skimmed milk, mushrooms, mince, crisps, and so on. You can read the list. So even just typing in milk gives us all of these different options: coconut milk, long life milk, whole milk. So we're just going to go with semi-skimmed milk for now, and let's have a little look at this. So it tells you, which is very cool of it, I think, the shelf life of stuff as well. So it says plus 1 weeks, so that stuff is good to look at there. And then, so for example, you look at the organic one, it says plus 5 days. And then you've got the long life milk, which says 28 plus days. Have you ever had long life milk before, Ella?
I don't think so, actually.
In my opinion, but it's actually quite nice. Like, it has like a distinctive taste, but I honestly don't mind it at all. I got used to it. I used to drink it a lot, and then like I started to get used to the taste of it. So
okay.
I could get down with it. But yeah, all okay. I'm a big milk fan. I drink a lot of milk. I probably should drink less, but yeah.
I hardly drink any milk.
Yeah, it's a
I don't really like it. So
I don't
maybe long life milk is the milk for me.
You don't like long life milk. Could be even worse. We'll see that. Get back to me on that, and that's we'll find out in the coming episodes whether Ella likes long life milk or not. Yep. So anyway, so we're going to click on. So guys, so I want to mention to you that on the right hand side you've got your checkout here, and you've got your basket. So if I clicked add on any of these, it would go into my basket, and that is how you would do your shopping. So you would literally add item by item until you're done your full shopping. So you can add as much stuff as you want, and you could accumulate it up to however much I guess your shopping would generally cost anyway. So yeah, I would say there's a wide range of options here, guys, and you can pick really what you want. Let's say if we're going to add this one, so if I was going to add semi-skimmed milk, and it's £1.10, which is pretty good. So I would go to click add, and I think it's going to make me ask to sign in or ask for an account. Yeah, and it does. It comes up there and it says sign into your account or register for an account. So if I was going to register for an account, I would click this one on the right here, and there you go. It says register for an account. Comes up account details and has a bunch of different stuff here for signing up. So basically, yeah, you would need to make an account to do your shopping. You couldn't do it as a guest. That's just one of the things that you need with signing in Tesco. So how you would do that is you would go to account details there, you'd put your email address in, obviously we had a look at that before. Then you would set your password, which obviously we looked at the passwords as well. Club card, you can put I don't have a club card, or I haven't, maybe you do have one. That's just an option for you there. Got your personal details, so you put your name, first name, last name, phone number. It is important to put your phone number in because they will probably call you when they are delivering the food. So you know, if you're like kind of waiting on food or whatever, then they'll probably deliver that to you.
Yeah.
So it's good that they've got a number that say, oh, we're outside your house, or we can't find your house, or whatever. And then
Yeah.
your postcode as well. So it'll find your address there if you put your postcode in, or you can also enter your address manually if you would wish to. So there, guys, plenty for you to look at there. Once you've made an account, then you can go on and you can finish your shopping. Then you can go on to pay and get it to deliver it to you. But generally, take about, I think, do you know how long delivery times are at the moment, Ella?
I don't know. I've never ordered food online before, so
I believe, to the best of my knowledge, it's a week to two
I
weeks,
thought,
but
yeah,
I don't like, generally it wouldn't be, but because of the coronavirus, but
yeah,
I'm not sure now that it's a little bit further along the line that it's kind of the
yeah.
times are starting to get a little bit better. I actually don't know, so I couldn't for sure say, but you would find out once you press checkout. It would definitely tell you before you
Mm,
bought something how long it would take to get there. But yeah, guys, it's pretty much everything on there. One of the only downsides to shopping online, I would say, is that if they don't have your item that you want, they would generally try to get in touch with you to let you know that, and then what you wanted to substitute for. If they can't get in touch with you, they'll just substitute the item anyway. And then when they substituted it, they'll say, we substituted this item for this or this. And generally it's usually pretty similar. I've never really had any
mm,
issues with that. It'll be just be like a slightly different brand maybe, but there may be the occasion when they've put something else in that you maybe didn't want, so look out for that. I think that if you did refute it, you can get the money back for it if you say, oh, I didn't want that. I think they can. I think they do give you the money back, but
right, okay.
it's whether or not it's worth going through that.
Mm,
But yeah, there's also a ton of different stuff on here. You can go to special offers as well, and there's a bunch of different special offers you've got there, guys. So it tells you kind of what's cheap and what you might, what kind of stuff is is a special offer. So that's pretty cool, and how much you're saving on it as well. So I think that's also very cool. Yeah, so that is Tesco's as well.
hang on. Just before we move on, we've got a comment from Mel in the chat saying, if you book a place on our Healthy Cooking on a Budget course, then delivery will be with you within 30 minutes after the live stream.
There you go,
So
guys. So you heard it there.
much quicker than Tesco.
Yeah, so Tesco got nothing on Mel McAvenny's excuse me, Mel McAvenny's deliveries. There you go, guys. So look out for that.
Yeah, so if you haven't been watching our Healthy Cooking on a Budget courses, our live streams, definitely have a look at the other ones because Mel's been making some really tasty food. And if you sign up, then there's a possibility that you could get your food delivered to you on that day. So that's pretty amazing, really. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely contact Mel. I'll put her email in the chat if anyone would like to sign up for those.
Perfect. Brilliant. And guys, so make sure that you do that survey as well, guys, because if you want to if you've been in today's session, guys, and you've watched it, then please do that survey for us. Even if you're watching this retrospectively, please do that survey for us. We need to get it done, and then we can send you over an enrollment. Once you've done the enrollment, then that's it. We're all good. Take 5 minutes, guys. It won't take long at all. So, and also we're obviously there to assist you if you need any help with your enrollment or anything like that. So all good, guys. Just to let you know there. And yeah, we are coming towards the end of the session now, and we have another session. We have virtual wellbeing, which I think might be me and Mel, and that is, I think it is me and Mel, and that is 1 until 3, guys. So we've got that session next. So look out for that on Friday. Tomorrow it is a bank holiday, so we don't have any Staying Connected session, and we don't have any other sessions on that day. The next session will be next Monday, when we will have Intro to Digital Imaging. Is that right, Ella?
Yes,
Yes.
is
Well,
correct. From 10 until 12.
10 until 12. We've got Intro to Digital
Oh,
Imaging.
12:30, sorry.
10 until 12:30, and then
Yep.
after that we will have Staying Connected 4 to 5 with a learner as well. So that's all very exciting, guys. And do you have any? Are you still kind of thinking about what you guys are going to do, or have you been thinking about any ideas of what's going to happen on the digital imaging, or is that a secret for now? And they'll have to tune in at the time.
Um, yeah, we'll keep it a secret for now.
A secret for now. Okay, good. Fair enough. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's session, guys. Once again, everything that I have mentioned today is going to be in the description. And if you need any assistance with it, you're welcome to fire me or Ella a message. And please make sure that you get that survey in, guys, because that is important. And yeah, so yeah, and there's a bunch of resources there, guys, as well. So obviously we mentioned there's Learn My Way, which is obviously absolutely great for kind of your basic digital skills and getting started. We would recommend probably starting with Learn My Way. Then you can move to makeclick.learnmyway, which you've got a huge amount of guides there as well. So that is a bunch of stuff that you can use. So I'd look out for that too, guys. And then after that, you've also got the skills toolkit as well. And like as I said, they're all in the description. Skills toolkit goes from intermediate all the way to advanced. And it's also not just a focus on digital skills. There is lessons for numeracy and things like that. If you struggle with your maths, then you have that option there as well. So there's a ton of good resources there, guys. So look out for that. And yeah, obviously we mentioned about the online shopping as well. We've got Amazon.co.uk, which is probably globally used. I'd say almost every developed country uses Amazon.co.uk. Very easy to use, very safe, and yeah, and then what else was there? There is Tesco's as well. So you've
Tesco,
yeah, and that's if you want to get your groceries. It's not just Tesco though, guys. Morrison's, I think, I do deliver shopping as the deliver shopping.
Yeah.
So
I think most of the big supermarkets are delivering at the minute.
Yeah, so most of the big supermarkets are delivering. So if you look at Tesco's and it's like the delivery wait list is like 3 weeks, then check one of the other ones. Check Asda, check Morrison's.
Yeah.
You might have a little bit more luck with them. They might have better prices as well. So just
True.
compare prices and have a little look and do a bit of research yourself, and you'll be able to kind of make your own decision on which one you want. doit.org. It's a great resource for volunteering. If you want to be a responder and you're kind of wanting to help people, even support them from home, you're not wanting to go out and put yourself at risk, but you're wanting to kind of actually be able to talk to people and give them moral support, you're able to volunteer on that. Something that'll look good as well on your CV is kind of saying, well, during the coronavirus, I was going out and I was giving food to people. That is something that's a very, very selfless task, and
absolutely,
anyone would look at that and be like, that's great that you did that. Also, you can also, if you're someone that needs help, on the doit.org website, you can also say that I'm someone who needs help, and then they'll connect you with other people who can help you. So also, if you're an elderly person perhaps, or just an at-risk group, you can also say that on doit.org, and you'll be listed as someone that'll have help as well. So that's another one for you there, guys. So there are all the resources that we touched on today. Obviously, the topics that we looked at on Learn My Way were emails and video calling. They were the two specific ones. So if you have any questions about video calling or emails, ask me and Ella, and we can help you with that.
Well, anything really, just if you go through any of the subjects and you want some advice, just drop us an email, just let us know. Yeah, that's totally fine. Or if you're watching this back and you don't want to email, and you just want to leave a comment on the video, that's fine. Just let us know and we'll get back to you.
Exactly. And then, so guys, the website is bt.learnmyway.com. The description is there. You register, you use the sender as Media Savvy, so make sure you put Media Savvy as the sender. And then and like I said, we looked at, there's a ton of ones there that you can use. If you can't register for any reason, you can use it without registering, so bear that in mind too. And I hope you enjoy the resources, guys. And I think it's a really good offer, so hopefully enjoy it. Cool. So I'm feeling pretty good about this for now. Is there anything that you'd like to add at all, Ella, or?
Nope, don't think so. Just please do the survey. Please tell us your email so we can send you the enrollment, and keep checking our social media for all of the upcoming courses.
Yes, and yeah, once again, guys, we're not gonna be we'll be back at 1 for virtual well-being, guys. So hopefully we'll see you then, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And me and Ella are going to go, guys. So thank you for joining us today. Make sure you get that survey done. Appreciate you stopping by today, and yeah, I think that's about it. Ella, are you happy with that then?
Yep, I think that's all good.
Okie dokie. So see you later, guys. Thank you very much for joining.
Yep, thanks for joining us.
Much appreciated.
The most common reaction